Code white, 2 southeast. Code white, 2 southeast.
I am bawling, crying like a mother's cry, okay?
Which is...
Because I know, like, there was no heartbeat. She confirmed it. I had to call him and I had to say, there's no heartbeat. And the sound that came out of that man.
Oh.
The cries and us crying, we couldn't even hold each other. My body didn't recognize that the baby was passed until 3 months. So I had just had, like I said, 6 weeks. He was fine. 7 weeks, 5 days. He was gone. I want him back in. So this was my comfort. I had to like walk around with...
Get it.
On my stomach.
I'm mad. Maybe it's the same for you. I was mad mostly at myself.
Yeah.
For not being able to do that.
I was mad at life.
I was mad at life as well.
I was mad at life. I was mad at God. I was like, why is she pregnant but I'm not?
Hey guys, welcome back to Grippy Sock Talk. Today we are going to be talking to Steph. We're going to be talking about something that's really hard. Unfortunately, too many women go through it and it's not talked about enough. You unfortunately suffered a miscarriage back in 2022.
Yep.
Did you want to share that story with us?
Yeah. So it's been, like you said, like past 3 years, like 3.5 years now. But it's something that I really wanted to share because too many women go through it.
It's true.
And every single miscarriage out there is traumatic. It doesn't matter how it happened, but I kind of want to put my story out there so that hopefully a mom, because you are a mom, once you're pregnant, you're a mom, okay, forever.
Absolutely.
Can hear this and maybe, kind of relate to me, and people who haven't maybe can understand where we're coming from, because some people are very
harsh. Some people just don't understand the trauma that it is, let alone like carrying a baby to full term, let alone getting pregnant and then losing one.
Yeah.
And losing that child is a trauma on your body, but it's such a trauma on your mental like health and everything as well. So
yeah,
continue.
Yes. So I think it was just a time that my husband and we decided we wanted to try for a baby. So got off my birth control and I started to track ovulation.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently we're super fertile.
Not a bad thing.
No, we're super fertile and got pregnant in the first try. I was like, wow. That's after being on birth control since I'm 14. Like, wow.
Yeah.
We were super excited. We were nervous, but we were mainly like very excited because we were trying, right? It wasn't like, so we told like our closest, family member and all. And I would say beginning of January, I was approaching the 3-month mark, and I had an ultrasound when I was 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And our baby was fine. Heartbeat was good. Everything looked fine. So I was like, you know what? We're approaching the 3 months. So I'm going to make an announcement.
It's safe to tell people by that point.
Yeah, usually you would think. But the only ultrasound I had prior was the 6 weeks. So I decided to make an announcement, and we made it as like player 3 coming soon, because Steven and I are both gamers. So then a week after I announced that, I sat down on the toilet, and if you've ever been pregnant, okay, every time you go to the bathroom and you wipe, you check. Okay. Yes. Especially the first trimester, because that's like the scariest. So I would always check and check and check. This time I checked there's blood. So I instantly panic. I go to the hospital with Steven that same night. It was around probably 7, I want to say. We stayed till like 11, which is not too bad, I guess, because I was panicking because every time I go to the bathroom, it was getting worse and worse, right?
Oh, God.
And I was like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Right.
I finally get to see a doctor, and they only had these little bedside ultrasound, like not the big ultrasound that
Oh,
you
the
go to,
portable ones.
the
The
portable
ones that they bring
ones.
into emergent stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that can ultrasound or things like vessels, I
Yeah.
think maybe, or anyway, so that's all he had because there's no tech.
Right.
So he checks, he could see the sac, but nothing, but he's like, this is not the best machine. So like, come back tomorrow morning.
No, get me a machine right now.
Right.
God.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I got back home, and I have to tell you guys, I was alone
Oh.
during this whole time because it was during, well, the thing that happened 5 years ago that we're not allowed to talk about.
That was happening.
That was still happening in 2022, and here where we're at, we were in the red zone, which meant you have to wear this. You can only be one person at the hospital. So come back home, and then I tell Steven, like, the doctor literally said it's 50-50 chance miscarriage. I can't tell you right now. Like, I see the sac, but I don't see anything, but that doesn't mean so I didn't know. So all night we're just like.
And you were 3 months at this point?
Yes, I was 3 months. So that's still kind of far. Looking back now, I probably should have known that I would have seen something, but when
you were a new mom, like you were
Yes.
brand new, and it's a terrifying experience.
Very. So he said,
Oof.
come back at 7 a.m. So I come back, alone, which this sucked because Steven dropped me off because I couldn't drive. I was too much.
Well, anxiety.
A mess. So
Yeah.
he drops me off, and I'm alone, and I sit there waiting for my ultrasound 7 a.m. I'm not a morning person. It's me. But I was like, I need to know, like, I want to make sure my baby's okay. I want to make sure my baby's okay.
Absolutely.
So I go into the ultrasound room alone, without anyone there because we weren't allowed to have anyone, which is, I think, one of the traumatic part in this story for me is not having anyone with me.
That
And
sucks.
so she first does this ultrasound like over the belly because at 12 weeks, 3 months, you should be able to see the baby. And I was like, I want to see the screen. I want to see the screen. I don't care. I know you're not allowed to tell me anything.
Show me.
I want to look and I want to see. Because I'm not going to wait till the doctor, like, no, you're going to tell me right now, or I'm going to see.
Yeah. I might not know exactly, but at least I need the visual. I'm the same way.
So we see the sac, which was pretty big, and then just a little something here, just a little. So she did the transvaginal ultrasound, which for people who don't know, it's the one you typically get at 6 weeks that goes into your vaginal cavity. That's the right way to say it.
Yeah.
And then you can see something smaller, much bigger that way than over the belly.
Yeah.
And then when she did that, we can again see just a little something. But so I obviously knew at that moment that the baby had passed, and I just looked at her and said, "There's no heartbeat," and she said, "No."
Jesus.
And then she left. She told me I can go pee because I had to hold pee, and then I just started crying alone in that bathroom.
Oh my God.
I go out, and I know there's a lot of compassion fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure as an ultrasound tech, they see that a lot. But it kind of sucks that I'm out. I get out and I'm crying, and she's just like, "Okay, go wait in the waiting room." The ER waiting room.
With many other people.
Bawling, holding my stomach. I am bawling, crying like a mother's cry, okay?
Which is...
Because I know, like, there was no heartbeat. She confirmed it. And the hardest thing I had to do is call Steven.
And tell him over the phone.
Because he wasn't allowed to be there with me. So Steven was alone pacing back and forth this whole time.
See, and that's trauma on him too.
That's trauma on him too, because I had to call him and I had to say, "There's no heartbeat," and the sound that came out of that man. The cries and us crying we couldn't even hold each other
Oh my God, Steph.
because I still had to wait to see the doctor. We couldn't see each other.
And he couldn't even be with you in
No,
that
so
appointment.
he was here alone crying at home. I was crying at the hospital. And not to say that anyone should step in, but like there was a lot of people in the ER and not one person like even looked up at me and be like, "Are you okay? Do you need something?" No one's.
See, and it's almost like the bystander effect in that
Yes,
situation. Like someone's gonna do something.
like to me still baffles me because if I would see something like that, I would like sit with the person and be like, "Can I hug you?"
I'm that person that is like,
And I have like done it recently
Mhm.
where there was a mom struggling in the ER when I was there for something else, and I reassured her as much as I could, but I didn't have that. I didn't even have a stranger's compassion. Like everyone was
nothing.
just like looking down on their phone, and I was crying like
Yeah.
to a point that after I was there for an hour in the ER,
Oh
calling my
my-
mom,
I'm-
called my best friend at the time. We're all crying,
Ugh.
and everyone's just like, what happened? So they finally at some point probably realized, well, we probably can't keep a crying woman like that in the waiting room.
I mean, it's it's cruel in my opinion.
It is
but
cruel. I would
get it.
rather be
Don't
in a
come at me. I get it.
but I would rather be in a room alone at that point.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. In a situation like this, among other very traumatic situations, I don't care if you have to find me a freaking closet.
Yes.
Put me somewhere alone.
Yes.
So I can mourn and grieve and wail in peace and by myself without a million effing strangers staring at me.
And not even saying a thing.
And
Or
not
not
even-
even
right.
offering.
Not even like a,
Not even a, are you okay? Or do you want to talk? Or nothing.
not even a kick in the ass.
So that was trauma. And then they put me into a room and I saw a doctor and he was very, very nice. He was a male doctor. I can't, even if I remember his name, I wouldn't say it, but he was very nice. And he comes in and he confirms that it was a miscarriage. And I was like, for people who don't know, because I didn't know what that was, is the baby, the reason why we couldn't see much is because the baby stopped growing at 7 weeks, 5 days. But my body didn't recognize that the baby was passed until 3 months. So I had just had, like I said, 6 weeks, he was fine. 7 weeks, 5 days, he was gone. But my body didn't know.
Your body still thinks it's pregnant.
It still
So
thought it was pregnant, and the sac was still growing. It's like my body was in refusal mode too. Like
Denial.
Denial.
Yep.
So like all this time, I'm thinking, I thought my baby was alive this whole fucking time. And then like it's I wouldn't wish that on anyone to be like
Nope.
anyone.
Nope. Nope.
It's just an awful feeling because you're just so confused because you're like, what was I rubbing? Like,
Right.
like what was I feeling?
But you feel that connection because, like you said, it doesn't matter. You're still a mom, and you still feel that
instant connection. So the plan, he told me. So usually when you have a miscarriage at that, like if it was a 12-week miscarriage, the baby was just like gestationally 12 weeks. I think it would be a DNC.
Yep.
Which I think they go in, they put you under and they cure it. But because the baby was so tiny, there wasn't really much. So they gave me what they called the abortion pills, which is mifepristone and misoprostol.
I'm not sure.
I'll put the names here so you can search it yourself, but it's a combination medication you have to take. So I got home.
Is that just like one day?
No, I'll get into,
Or...
It's very it's a process. It was a Monday when I was there and I only miscarried Friday. So I'll get to why it took that long. But so my parents at the time still lived 3.5 hours away, but as soon as they found that out, they like dropped everything. They called their work. They're like, we're not. My dad could still work because he works all around New Brunswick. He just needs his laptop. But they came here for a week, cooked for us, cleaned, did everything because like I was a mess. Stephen too. Like we kept crying, we keep crying, and we saw a post. And the way we announced it on Facebook, I think we put a post that said we were expecting a baby where we had an angel instead.
Oh.
That we saw that we both lost it because we gained an angel instead of a baby. And I still, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna cry, but I was my baby. We called him. We think it was a male for different reasons, but we don't. Nothing's confirmed. But it was baby Peanut for us. It was because it was this. Oh, I was just thinking it was less like a size of a peanut, so it's baby Peanut. And so yeah, so the first step was to wait 2 days and come back to the hospital on Wednesday because they wanted to make sure my HCG was I was like, that is so stupid because the baby was clearly not even there. Like,
Right.
well, he was there, but the
right.
tiny, like 12 weeks should not be this small, okay?
No.
But they still wanted to make sure my HCG, the hormone, like if you don't know what HCG is, the hormone, your pregnancy hormone, was going down. And it was, but I will always remember because they said, just come to the ER, tell them this, and you'll just get blood work from the ER nurse. And I had already had blood work, so my veins were already shot, but there's only really one good vein, and it's this one here. And I was so numb to pain. I think it took this nurse like 5 minutes of insert outs, in out, in out, in out.
In the same vein?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
And she was like, I'm sorry. And I remember just being, I could feel it, but I was so numb that I'm just like, I don't even care. Hurt me.
You disassociated.
It was painful, but I can't even explain. I was just like,
I get it.
I don't care. Keep hurting me. Like, just do it for 20 minutes. Like, I don't care.
Oh, that's such a horrible feeling.
Yeah. And then the doctor, obviously called me and confirmed that it was going down. So he's like, okay, take your first dose, which is the mifepristone, which is to stop hormones completely. I'm not sure of the process of it, but it completely stops it. To progress or my body thinking I'm pregnant or something. I'm not a doctor. Okay. I just know I had to take that first one. And then 2 days after you have to take the next one.
Is that what?
The misoprostol, I think it's called. But I remember the doctor explaining to me, you're going to feel like it's just going to be like period cramp, right? I was like, okay, that's whatever. Right now, physical is not what I'm thinking,
right?
Like for pain wise, but okay, period cramps, cool.
Which are still painful, by the way.
It can be very painful. But come Friday, there was 4 pills that I had to put under my tongue for 30 minutes. And what these pills do is they start to efface and dilate your cervix and contracts. So obviously everyone knows I have a child now. So let me tell you something. When you're close to giving birth, your body naturally effaces your cervix, which means the cervix thins and then it starts to dilate naturally. But that can take weeks, month to, slowly. Yeah. But this medication does like right away. The pain I was in for, I took the pill at 9:30 and I passed the baby around 12:30. When I tell you, when you're in labor, you have contraction, then you have a break. Contraction, break. This was contraction, non-stop for all these hours. It was so bad. Steven and my mom were trying to do everything for me, rubbing my back and, giving me cold cloth. And I was in so much pain. Like, I remember the moaning pain. I don't even think I did that during labor. And unfortunately, I was often on the toilet because that medication contracts everything. So, but at one point, the pain got so bad. The physical pain, like I couldn't even think of the emotional pain. Right. That's how much pain I was in physically because I didn't expect that. I was like, call 911. Like, I can't take this. I can't take this pain. They arrived fairly quickly from what I can remember. And, wait.
I know.
So they came in and I was like in pain. They took my blood pressure. If I remember correctly, it was 80 over 50.
That's low. For that much pain?
Yes. So my mom was like panicking. She's like, why is it that low? Yeah. They're like, she's in pain. It's normal. Yes, that's exactly word for word. They said, I expected that. I expect to see that number. She's in
Your
pain.
blood pressure's not going to be low if you're in pain. Your blood...
I'm losing blood, by the way, like this whole time.
Right. Okay. Fair. But
still,
low.
but
Started
they
by
were
B.
like, oh, when you're in pain, your blood pressure drops. I don't know. I thought it was opposite, but that's what they said that I can remember anyway, because they were like, oh yeah, we expected that. Yeah, that's normal. And then I was like, I need something for the pain. They're like, I can give you Advil and Tylenol.
Got that. Thanks. But I mean, in their defense, at that time, I'm not sure when the fun gas came on the trucks because
it was already, because my knee lock, which was years before that, they had it. So
right,
I know they had laughing gas. I know they had it, but they didn't offer it. I didn't even think of asking because I wasn't. But they gave me Advil and Tylenol. I don't know what the dose was. Probably higher than normal.
Probably not.
I don't even know.
Probably not.
Honestly, I don't know. But I remember my mom panicking over the blood pressure.
I would as well.
Yeah, it was very low, and then I was thinking of going to the hospital. They're like, well, if you come to the hospital, you have to come alone. No one can come with you, because we all know why. Okay, I don't have to say it. I'm not allowed to say it on any social media. We all know why I wasn't allowed to bring anyone with me. So my thought process was, and I'm going to have to backtrack here because I completely forgot about this. During the time I was waiting, right, for the miscarriage to start happening, I panicked because I was like, what do I do with the baby?
Right.
It's going to fall in the toilet and I'm going to, no. I was like, no. And I'm panicking and calling my family nurse practitioner, like, what do I do? What do I do? And she didn't really know what to do either. She's like, just let me call the hospital social worker and see what we can do. So the hospital social worker calls. She's like, okay, what are you thinking of? I was like, can I bury the baby? Is that something I can do? Like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, I don't recommend that, because what if an animal gets into it?
I mean,
that'll be traumatic if you... Right.
Yes.
And you know, like, you don't want to see something like that. Or she's like, call your local funeral home. I was like, my funeral home? I was like, okay.
Yeah. Buckle up. This is kind of cool.
This is like very, very good information. So I called a local funeral home, just a random one. I tell them what's going to happen, that I'm going to lose my baby Friday, because I knew exactly the day I was going to lose because of medication. And they're like, yeah, no problem. We can 100% cremate the baby. Free. They're like, for free. They said, we'll send you pictures of all the tiny urns we have, and I'll put a picture of the urn. We got to choose, and so Steven and I were looking through all of them, and there's this one that gravitated to both of us, and it's green. It has a tree of life on it. Oh. And that's just like, that was the one. And so there's like, everything is free. So just, if this happens to you, call your funeral home, because that specific funeral home anyway, miscarriage, stillborn, and infant loss, they do for free. They give the urn for free. They do cremation for free. And I think it's because their big retort machine is so big that they can put an adult size and in the corner without mixing them.
I wish I'd known this.
I know, because you had your own miscarriage too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad you had that opportunity, because I never even thought about it.
I didn't either. It's the social worker from the hospital.
But that's the thing. Like, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't think about what to do afterwards.
Nope. I panicked, and I was like, I'm going to keep him in the I was thinking of keeping the baby in the freezer till I could figure out. I could not imagine myself flush it. Like, I was in panic mode.
Well, yes. Okay. And that's completely understandable. But just if God forbid this ever happens to anybody, call your local funeral home and just inquire. What's the worst they can say? No?
Yes.
But
yes. And, or worse, you might have to pay, but these small urn, they're like $60. It's not Canadian. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
And for peace of mind, I would have paid anything. I don't, like, even if they said it wasn't free, I would have done it a 1,000 times over. So that was a big thing. So, sorry, we're going to go back to, so yeah, obviously they were like, well, if you come to the hospital, I have to come alone. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'd rather be in pain with my mom, my dad, and Steven
support system
than go there alone. And I was like, what are they going to do when the baby comes, like the sac comes out? They're going to put it with the biohazard, with cancer, with tumors.
But that's what I was thinking too.
I was just like, what are they going to do? Are they going to let me come back home? Like, I was like, no, I'd rather be in pain. I thought you guys could do more for pain. But I think I was at a point I didn't realize, like my mom was telling me, you're just about to miscarry, because they left and I shit you not, 5 minutes after, I'm on the toilet because again, these medication makes you have to
contract
because it contracts everything. And then I feel like a first thing, like I wasn't so much pain, but for a moment, the pain went away. And my first thing is reaching in the freaking toilet because I was scared that it was going to go
down.
down. So I reached and I grabbed and I had the baby. I was like, thank God. And I had like a plastic container that I put the sac in. It was all intact. So like the contraction made it all separate from the wall and just fall into like the sac and everything. It's crazy. The sac was probably this big to give you an idea.
God.
And like I said, it was like, you know, when you're a mom and you're like, I just want to hold. I felt that, but I was like, I would need to see. I need to see. So me, my mom, my dad, and Steven, we gather around and it's the sac. And we decide to cut it open. And it's so weird because I expected like when you cut it open, there's going to be fluid. Like just fluid and the sac would kind of, it didn't. It was like jellified. The inside. I don't know why. It was like kind of jelly and nothing really, but I saw my little
peanut,
my little baby. And because he was passed for a while, I think he was starting to decompose in my body. So like where the front was, because I could see the placenta, but it wasn't attached anymore. But like his front was all, you can see the little eye, like the head. And it's just like the stomach area looked like it started to.
Well, it might not have formed fully either, too. So
it might have not, but I saw my baby and I took a picture to forever cherish, because some people may look at that and say gross, right? But that's why I don't show it, and I will not show it on here because I could not handle someone saying something like that. But to me, that's our baby.
And that's the thing. That is your baby. That's your firstborn.
It is.
Jesus, that's a freaking lot, dude.
It is a lot. So after we did that, we called the funeral home. Within an hour, they were at my house.
Oh my God.
Within an hour, they were at my house. And I remember giving them the plastic bag and what do you call these little like not blanket, but it's very see-through.
Like a shroud?
No, it's just like a little baby blanket, very thin material, like a muslin, what's it called?
Oh,
you know what I'm.
Yep, totally do.
I just can't remember.
We'll look it up and put it on here.
Yeah. So it's gonna sound so stupid, but as I'm giving them like this, because he's in a container,
right? I
had to like make sure he was warm.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
It makes 1000% sense.
I was just like, I don't care, like cremate it all and whatever. And then, we mourned for, oh my God, we mourned for a long time. And then when Peanut was ready to come home, it was about maybe 4 or 5 days. It wasn't that long. They drove here to bring us the baby. Like we didn't even have to go anywhere, do anything.
Good job, funeral home.
Yeah. So they brought the baby back home, and I don't know how long I did this for, but I would walk around the house with him here. It's okay. I want him back in. So this was my comfort. I had to like walk around with on my stomach. I don't even know how long I did that for. And I kind of feel bad that I stopped, but I mean at some point, but it just felt so empty. And when I had him back, I was like, he's staying here like for the longest time. I can't remember how long. It's It's very hard. It takes a piece of you.
Absolutely. 100%.
And I did get this, I don't even know, tattoo for him because January flower, the carnation, is a stab through the heart. That's why there's a dagger here, and then obviously the wings because he's my angel. I was initially supposed to get the tree of life, which I'm still gonna get. I just don't know where or what because my dog, who also passed away this year, the urn is also with a tree of life. So I'm gonna get a tree of life tattoo for sure.
100%.
But so that was my main story of my traumatic miscarriage, but also I kept looking into, like, I wanted to talk to Peanut, right? I wanted to hear that he was okay. So my friend and I saw, and if you're in our area, you'll know exactly who she is. And maybe even if you're in this province or even country, you might even know who she is.
Yeah, you probably do.
She is a psychic medium, and her name is Michelle Russell. And she was doing a live show, where you paid $25 each person, and I think there's about 75 people on like a stream. It wasn't in person, like she does in person, but at that time we didn't do much in person. So I saw that opportunity, and she would get, spirit vibes, and then just like look through the 70 some people, like, who relates to this, and you can raise your hand or do this, or and then she's like, and she probably read maybe, I don't even think she read 10 people, but she ended up talking about a miscarriage or baby. And I was like, me. And she's like, you, Steph, like you. And I'm just about to show Jen the video. She hasn't seen it. I'll also post it here. But I'm going to show you the reading that I got from Michelle Russell. You don't hear me very well, but I'll post it and maybe have your reaction.
Okay.
It's a
I also feel like there is a baby that's passed. I feel like there's either breath. I do feel like there is a delivery, so I will often see babies come through who are miscarriage, stillborn, terminated pregnancy. They all come through the same way. And the baby born, I talked about this, is the baby born after the loss is a rainbow baby. So I do feel there's a rainbow baby coming, but I really feel like there's an actual delivery of the baby, and there has to be. Stephanie, do you understand that?
Oh, baby.
Sorry. Hi, it's okay, sweetie. Hi. It's okay. You're allowed to. Do you understand the connection to the baby? Did you deliver the baby?
I had to take some abortion pill to deliver the baby at home because.
Oh, okay. And I feel like either the way, Kayla, can you validate that too? Do you understand that? Okay, I'm coming to you next. Because I feel like there's the ways, Diane. I feel like it's with you with that. So I feel like the baby is like, that's not the way that should have been. Like, you're like, you would never send somebody home to go deal with that grief. Your baby is dying, go deal with it out on your own. We would never do that.
Yeah.
You understand that? And I feel the trauma plus and I just saw somebody being in the delivery room. You're experiencing, and again, I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse. However, I see Erica and you. I see the energy. Katie's saying me too. That's crazy wrong, right, Karen? So I can see the energy around your aura. You dealt with grief, plus there's trauma, like PTSD. You know what I mean? And your body, I love the person beside you was like, oh, amen to that. I know you can't see because you're a little bit back. It's like, oh, yeah. So you need to find someone who, and you know me, I'm an advocate for therapy. You need to find the right therapist. And you know what I mean? Yep. Sometimes it's like finding a good hairstylist. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go to find someone and it's the right cut, but not the right color. It's the right energy, but not, you hate what they do. You love the cut and color, but they have zero personality. You need to find a therapist, right? You know what I'm talking about. That's the best way I could describe a good therapist. But you need to find somebody because you're a bit of a badass in your own way. You need somebody to get into the back of your head and not be like, how that makes you feel.
Oh, I
I
hate
don't
that.
know about you guys, but like, if I knew my house, I wouldn't be a therapist. You know what I mean? You need somebody to get into the back
That's
of your
what I
head
always
and say,
say.
hey, let's process that. You know what I mean? I also feel like there's a new baby coming to you. Stephanie, I feel like you need to, I don't know if you have the tattoo or there's some type of honoring in some way, and I feel like my birthday. Oh my God, I love it.
They're gonna go get a tattoo. I'm gonna get a baby tattoo of this on me. I picked it up and held it in my hand, and then you started talking about
She
it.
pulled a blue blank from
I love
Lizzie's
it.
nose.
I absolutely love that because you know it doesn't matter if it's 3 months, 3 years, 33 years, a loss of a child is a loss of a child. You need to know that. And I feel like I need to ring for some of you who've gone through a loss that either the people that you're with may not know about, you know what I mean, or within that. I also feel like y'all, like now I'm from Texas. You know what I mean when I say the angel orbs in photos? They look like balls of white light, almost like a watermark or a dust mark. You watch for that. That's how that baby is going to come through. Lori, amen. Lori just said you never get over the loss of a
You
child.
don't.
So,
I was so excited and happy and
yeah. And here's the thing. I never say, like, we could write a book, Katie, and Sandra, I know you could too, about the things not to say when somebody has had a loss. Like,
Thank you.
it's not okay that I could do this. It's not okay that I could go do this. I feel, Katie, like you're like, I just mud my tongue, you know what I mean? But I tell you, there's a whole list of things that you can find. Don't say that to people. I swear, the back of my book is going to have, don't fucking say this when somebody has gone through a loss. Say this instead, right? We need to write a book, a collective book, all of us. Katie, work that, girl. You could be that. Sandra Day, I feel like me chewing with you, right? I feel like there's a connection there. Okay, Stephanie, thank you so much.
Wow.
Oh, my dear.
That's, I mean, I know Michelle Russell's good. I crossed her path as well at one point when I was pregnant and hadn't told anybody, but that's for another story.
Right, you told me about that.
But, goddamn.
Do you remember, Jen, when we were FaceTiming the other day and you said, oh, there was an orb?
Yeah, yes.
Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't even tell you that.
It's not the first time that I've seen that orb around you, by the way. Like, there's one often around you.
It's probably my baby.
It is 100%, but,
But
Jesus.
that photo that everyone saw, I was 5 weeks pregnant with Leo, and we're at the carnival, and the reflection from the Ferris wheel was right.
I saw it.
Like, my friend sent me this. She's like, look. I'm like, like as if Peanut was protecting.
That's what I was
This
just
little
thinking. Like, he was
brother.
protecting his little brother. Oh my God.
I know.
Okay.
And it's so like, oh. So that was just like incredible. And like I said, I haven't gotten that tattooed yet, but I will. I have to get the Tree of Life. I'm just like so
Yeah.
picky, and I don't know where or what yet. So
Oh, I have a whole list of tattoos.
yeah, me too. Even though but I'm not done.
Oh my
But-
God.
Yeah.
Wow, babe. That's a freaking lot. Are you up for a couple questions?
Yes.
or-
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I guess the first one I would like to ask is, how did the miscarriage affect you emotionally? Both right away and later on.
So the right away was, I think like I was just saying, like carrying the little urn around with me, and I couldn't smile. For like 2 weeks, I could not laugh. Even if someone showed me the funniest video on the internet, I could not crack a smile.
You almost feel guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just couldn't crack a smile. I couldn't even laugh. I just couldn't. I just kept dissociating, crying, dissociating, crying. It was probably the same for Steven. Longer term, and I guess instantly too, I couldn't go out in public because seeing a pregnant woman
Oh,
hurt me.
yeah.
I was physically angered, like, why?
And here's the thing. We've talked about this, you and I. Okay. A woman who has suffered a miscarriage, a trauma like that, speaking from personal experience,
Mhm.
I'm not mad that the person's pregnant.
No.
I'm happy for you. Dude, good for you. Love that baby with everything you have. I'm mad. Maybe it's the same for you. I was mad mostly at myself.
Yeah.
For not being able to do that, to
I was
to
mad
carry
at
that.
life.
I was mad at life as well.
I was
yes.
mad at life. I was mad at God. I was like, why is she pregnant but I'm not? Why can she have a baby and I'm not? Even seeing a newborn would get me. Like, I would get angered. But again, it's not against the person. It was just, it's within me.
Yeah.
So that definitely lasted for quite a while. I think until I got pregnant with Leo, honestly.
Oh, God.
That's something like I had a hard time I couldn't celebrate other people's pregnancy, even seeing them out in public, and I would be like, why?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I be there? Why couldn't that be me?
Right.
Like, it's a real loss, and some people understand and some people don't.
Not enough people. And I'm telling you right now, if you are one of those people who says, I don't get that trauma,
Good for
I've
you.
never been so happy for somebody in my life
Yep.
to not have to experience that. But here's the thing. If you've never experienced it, shut up.
Amen. Thank you.
Because you don't know what it's like to carry a person inside of you for any length of time and then lose that person.
And
Because they're a part of you.
And
The what if, what would that,
there was a quote that I saw. It's like, you'll always be my favorite what if. And it's
Stop
true.
it.
It's true. Like, Peanut will always be my favorite what if.
I have 3.
I know, you do. I know. And we're going to definitely talk about yours because, woo.
Do you feel that people like understood your grief, tried to understand it, or would they just kind of like move on?
So the ones that are there for me the most was Steven, my parents, and one of my friend was pretty understanding. Like, we did get some little conflict, but we discussed it and it was fine. So that friend, I'm like nothing against her at all. But there was we had a group of friends at the time. And that friend that I'm talking about, she had a son and she got pregnant about a month or 2 after I miscarried. I want to say a month or 2. And not even, probably just a month. I don't know. It's been a while, but she got pregnant and I, pretended I was happy and stuff, like, for her. Like, not pretended I was happy, but like I had to kind of mask,
You had to put on a fake
and
smile.
I would say stuff, like, I did say something that was probably unwarranted, but when you're grieving, you say, okay? And I will stand by that. And all I said was, like, it's not fair that you have a kid and you're pregnant and I can't even have one, right? And I wasn't after her, I was just mad at life. And when you're grieving, you say things, okay?
Absolutely.
Like, it's
not
normal to say stuff like that, in my
Yes.
opinion. And to this day, I will still stand by that. But she got further along in her pregnancy, no issues. And then she got her pictures for her 12-week ultrasound. And we had a group chat on, like, a couple of friends on Messenger. But before posting it there, she took the time to message me and be like, hey, I got my 12-week pictures. Do you want to see it or not? If not, I understand. And I had to say no, because when I went for my 12-week on ultrasound, I saw my dead baby. Okay. And she said, that's fine. I understand. She was understanding.
It's really nice
So
of her, though. Like,
it was, yeah. Like,
that's
she checked in on me. But so she sent it individually to 3 other people. And they all asked her, oh, why didn't you send it in the chat? And she explained, well, I asked Stephanie and she doesn't want to see it. And then they told her, well, she should be positive. Your pregnancy, this is a good thing. She shouldn't be thinking like that and blah, blah, blah. And have that huge toxic positivity thing
No.
behind my back. Not to my
No.
face, though. They told her that. They would all talk of me behind my back and started saying that I should be positive. I should be happy.
Sorry, I laugh when I'm mad, and I'm real mad right now. I don't know these people, but
They were,
your friend that was pregnant and checked in on you.
Yep.
That's amazing. She sounds like a decent human being.
yes,
These other, and I'm going to do this because they're not real friends.
they're not.
Are literal pieces of garbage, in my opinion. I'm going to jump out on a limb and say none of them at that point had ever experienced
Nope.
this trauma. So
None of them.
literally, sorry, not sorry, come the fuck at me.
You could take them all down.
I don't, that's the thing. Okay. Yeah, that's great. My friend's pregnant. I don't want to see those pictures because
Especially the 12-week.
Right.
It was, if it was a 6-month, 9 or 8 months or something, but because I had seen my dead baby
That's
at 12
worked.
weeks, I was like, I can't, and I wasn't pregnant with Leo yet. I was still grieving.
right.
And I was like, I can't see it. I can't see it. But they were all, obviously everything happened behind my back. Like no one would say to my face because I was wondering, that's the thing.
You're adults.
I was wondering like, why is no one like telling me anything? Like you're all talking behind my back and saying, is this whole toxic positivity? Be positive. Like that's not
No.
life. Okay. That
Nope.
is not life.
No.
Yes, there's some positive to life, but not everything is positive. And then, these same people, I will give them credit for one thing though. One of them was a couple, and when they found out we miscarried, they sent us a package, but like they did an order of groceries and send it like
Oh, that's
snacks to our house.
nice.
That was, you know, so I give them credit for doing that. They didn't have to, but the thing of me having to be positive and be happy and pretend like I don't want to see it. I'm happy for you. Share it. Be happy together. I'm not ready for it yet.
No.
If she would show it to me today, I'd be totally fine.
And that's the thing.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like she could show it to me right now and I'd be like, oh,
yeah.
but at that moment,
No.
I had just experienced it.
Mhm.
And none of them, not even that woman who's pregnant, that good friend, none of them have ever experienced a
Right.
miscarriage. I don't know if they have to this point, but at that time they haven't. So they have no idea. No idea.
No,
Okay, I'm going to tell you, you have no idea.
you don't. And
And when I got, I'm going on a little tangent here, but when I finally got pregnant with Leo, I got my spark back. Okay. Everything came back. I was happy. I was like, oh my God, I still had fear, but I was great.
yeah.
And when I had my ultrasound, I posted it in the group and one of the girls ignored it.
I was just going to ask if I was going to get real mad real quick.
She completely ignored it because she was probably like, oh, well, this friend was not allowed
Right.
to post hers, but you're allowed. But it's not the same circumstance.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's like they were mad because I couldn't be happy for her in that moment. But
because you were
I was,
grieving the loss of your own child.
that's the thing. So when I was posting pictures, like most of them would ignore. One of them would comment, but I know she was talking behind my back. So like it was just two-faced. But some of them would just see the picture, not even reply, but reply to other things. So they were purposely
Acting
ignoring
like
it.
children.
Yes.
Like, seriously, grow up.
Yeah.
We are not kids anymore. We're whole ass adults.
Yeah.
And now we have tiny humans that we have to shape and mold and help them grow.
Yes.
And these people, among millions of others, acting like this, you're acting like children in front of your children. And
Yeah.
you wonder why your kids are assholes.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to act like a child in front of your child and then expect your kid to
Oh.
act like an adult when they get into a fight? No.
And
Nope.
the thing is talk to me. Okay. Like
Yes.
the good friend, I'm going to call her the good friend. We've had some arguments. We had some disagreements, but we always talked it out. But these 3 other individuals would always talk behind my back, never get my side of the story, never, ever getting. So
No.
it was not fair to me what they did. This is like another whole freaking trauma in my
I was
opinion.
just
because
going to say.
they were only hanging around me because they like Steven. They were only tolerating me
Steven
because
is
they
pretty
like Steven.
cool.
Yeah, he is, but he loves me more than you. So,
It's true.
it is what it is, and it just sucks because, like I said, my other friend was able to talk to me and be like, I didn't like when you said this or
Right.
that. But then I was like, well, I was grieving,
Yeah.
sorry, but not sorry. Like,
I'm
we
sorry.
still talked.
Yeah.
We talked through it. Like, but the other ones were just talking behind my back, like, constantly. And it got to a point where I separated myself from them.
Good. Don't need that
But
negativity in
the
your
other
life.
person I had no issues with, but she ended up following their footstep and decided to block me as well when I was 8 months pregnant.
I mean, let the trash take itself out. That's the way I see it.
Like, I did nothing to that person.
No.
Not even, nothing to any of them, honestly. Like, the only thing they said that it wasn't okay, that was, again, in a grieving stage. Their daughter was going to have a brother, I think, or a sister. I don't know.
A sibling.
A sibling. A half sibling. And I just kind of said something, I think, along the lines of, that's awesome. That's so great. Like, I was also pregnant, but I just lost my baby. And the girl, the time 9-year-old, just said, oh, okay. Like, for her, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't get into details. I didn't say nothing. It's just reality. Like, unfortunately, death happens. You can't hide death from kids. So to me, I just said it and it just came out. And that's another thing they talked about behind my back without confronting me about it. They all told Steven, like, this is why we don't like her. And then Steven was like, well, why didn't you talk to her? Like,
right.
But again, probably shouldn't have said it, but I didn't, again, go in details. And again, you can't avoid death. Like, it'll happen. Sometimes a 4-year-old has to experience it. Like,
I love that. And I was listening to a different podcast today, actually, and they were talking about death and dying. And they very much, and I agree with this, and unfortunately, my poor baby has had to deal with a lot of death in his short 10 years. But you can't just tell a child, oh, grandma died, funeral's Wednesday. They don't get it. You can't hide life from people.
No.
Death happens, children also need to be prepared for this stuff. Whether or not they completely understand it, at least when it happens, they've got it in the back of their head that, oh,
this
right,
can happen.
we did talk about this at one point.
But
kids are smarter than you give them credit for.
Yes, but they were all like, oh my God, she said that to her. Like,
no.
Like, if I told that to your son, would you be mad?
Absolutely not, because I know my son would probably crawl up in your lap and be like, I love you.
Yes, he would. He would. He's that age. Well,
he's 10, but...
and she was 9 at the time.
Right.
So it's not like I didn't go into deep. Like, anyway, it just came out. It came out, and I didn't go into details. I didn't cry. I didn't make a scene. But they were just looking for reason at that point to just hate me, and it is what it is. But
yeah, it's not.
Sorry, that's like a long tangent and a long.
We're not sorry.
No, we're not. But it's just to say that people need to be careful with their words. Like,
yeah,
oh my God! And if you've never if you never experienced it, you don't have much of a say in how I grieve.
Here's the thing: if someone is going through a trauma, doesn't matter what it is, trauma. Period. Someone is experiencing trauma, and you are fortunate enough to not have dealt with any sort of trauma that has completely impacted your whole life. Don't tell this person that to get over it. Take a step back and just be like, cool, I have nothing to give to this, but I'm going to listen. Or let's go find someone who can listen. This is something that it's a hard topic to talk about.
Yeah.
And I honestly commend you for doing it, because it's not easy.
It's not.
To be honest with you, I have never spoken publicly about any of mine.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but you're a strong ass woman.
So are you.
And you've got a beautiful little boy out of all this. So, and one looking out for both of you, all 3 of you. So
yes, I truly believe that. And that was another thing they didn't understand is when I got pregnant, I got my spark back. Like, oh, all of a sudden you're pregnant. Now your spark's back. I'm like,
shut your frickin' mouth.
I swear to God, Jen. I swear.
Okay.
It was awful. That's why I have friend trust issues now.
Oh, well, that's a whole other trauma we need to get into is our friend trust issues. Because,
Yeah.
girl,
We both
I
have
hate
that.
people. Are there any rituals or like therapy or any specific practices that have helped you get comfort in this horrible experience?
Yeah. So we lost our baby. Like I said, it was January 21st, 2022. So every January 21st, we light a white candle the whole day in honor. And like, Leo's too young right now to understand.
But he will.
But at some point,
But you've been doing it his whole life, so he
yes.
knows it's something that happens. And he's
yeah.
young now, but potentially within the next little while, like he'll be old enough to be like, why do we do this? So, I love that.
I know. And what's crazy is my son's birthday, which I don't really want to put out there. So I'll probably mute it. But so the miscarriage for Peanut was January 21st, 2022, and Leo's birthday's.
Shut your pirate hooker mouth. Seriously?
Yep. And he was in advance according, like he came earlier. And it was that day. Like he was supposed to be born in. Yeah. I know. It's like I don't believe in coincidence.
I do. I believe everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
I actually have that tattooed right here.
You do have it. Yep.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And it is a hill I will die on. I believe, and I am not a religious person, okay? Like, I believe what I believe. I fully believe, and I'm sorry, that if a baby is lost before they're born, that there's a reason. I don't know that reason, and I used to fight people on this for the opposite side because I was like, please explain to me this reason. Like, why is it that, this who gets killed people gets to live until they're 100, but this beautiful little baby who didn't even have a chance. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. But I fully believe, like, here's my thing. I've had 3 miscarriages. If I'd had any one of those babies, I would not have my son right now.
And that's something that I thought because I got pregnant with Leo about 5-6 months after the loss. So in my head, I was like, there is absolutely no way I could have had both.
No.
Like the specific sperm and egg wouldn't have existed.
Exactly. And that's exactly it.
But
like
if I could, I would have them both.
Oh, 1,000%.
Okay, if I could, I would have them both. But there is no way in this life that it is possible.
Nope.
Leo is perfect. Like,
that's what I say about he was meant to be my baby.
Yes, and Leo's 100% meant to be my baby. But again, if I could, but I know it's impossible because it wasn't years.
No,
it's literally impossible for that egg and this sperm to make Leo.
Right.
If I was pregnant
with Peanut, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a crazy concept because I did think about that too. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I just want both, honestly.
I get it. But and that's hard. That's really hard. But I do love that candle concept.
Yes. So that's like our way to remember.
Yeah.
And maybe later we can make it like with Leo, maybe buy a cake.
Yeah.
Because right now he doesn't like cake. I don't know. He's
my kid didn't like bacon for the longest time, so I was about ready to put him back in and recook him because no, thank you.
But, when it comes time, like when he's older, maybe I'll start buying a little cake and write Peanut. Like I'm gonna do something every year for baby Peanut, and
should call it Happy Peanut Day.
And also when I do tarot reading, sometimes I like to bring Peanut as like my little guiding spirit. But like I bring the urn literally with me.
Stop it.
Because I feel like he's my protector.
Yes.
And I almost feel bad because he's my baby. He shouldn't be that's another thing I struggled with. Is like, he's my baby. He shouldn't be my protector. But he is.
He is your protector because.
But it's not fair.
It is because you aren't. He is not present in a physical sense
Yeah.
on this earth for you to protect him.
No.
So he is going to stay around you so he can protect you.
I hope he stays forever.
Oh, he ain't going nowhere, sweetie.
Like, I hope that when I pass that I get to meet, like, that's something I really want.
I fully believe you.
And it'll be a beautiful moment. Like,
I don't want to die at that time either, but I really want to be there for it.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh my God.
I can just hope, right? That it can, at least in the spirit world, that when they meet.
I've thought about it. I've thought about like what they would look like.
Yes.
You know, like would they grow?
Their voice, their face, their
hair, like just everything.
even
their
the gender.
personality.
Although I think it was a guy for many different reasons, but like, you know, Michelle pulling the blue, me always having a feeling it was a boy. I had a reading from another woman who said it was like that's another crazy thing. I'll put a picture up here. This year, actually, I went for a reading. It was very, very accurate for my situation. But at the end, when there's 10 minutes left, she's like, what do you want to know? And I was like, there's two deaths that I want to know. So she pulls two cards. She's like, male, female. And I was like, this is kind of hard to explain because one is a miscarried baby that was never confirmed gender. The other one's my dog. Okay. But the card that she pulled for the miscarried baby was a male energy. It had the tree of life on it.
Shut the front door.
It had the tree of life on it. And it was a male energy.
Okay. So now here's a question. How do you feel society, the workplace, healthcare, how do you think that they can make this better, more support for moms going through and dads going through this?
Right. So the hospital did, like I said, okay. They sent us with pamphlet, but I felt like that was not enough. It was like just a generic pamphlet, miscarriage.
Here's a piece of paper while you're miscarrying.
Read through this. Yeah. But they did have one specific to dads, which I thought that was very sweet because sometimes you don't think about the dads.
And you don't.
And you know, so there was some nice thing, the social worker advising me, but that's not out there enough. Like, I think funeral homes should literally promote, like, if you have a loss.
I don't know why they don't.
Yeah, because I had no idea, and everyone I tell is like surprised about this.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why it's not being talked about more. But also the doctor who said I was just gonna have period cramps, and I was in full-blown contraction that were worse than my labor contractions. Don't mean to scare you if you have to go through this, but now that we're not in the time when I miscarried, you can actually probably go to the hospital and get real pain medication because it is literally you're giving birth. Like it's like instant. Okay.
So to this doctor, a male doctor,
Yes.
who told you that the pain that you were about to endure would just be equivalent to period cramps.
Yes. And I've never had
Excuse me, sir, have you ever had period cramps? Because if you don't have body parts that produce these cramps in your body, shut your goddamn mouth.
Right.
Like, no, you cannot sit there and tell me what you're going to experience is the same thing you experience every month. I'm sorry, with your, how many times have you experienced period cramps?
And period is just the lining of the uterus that slowly sheds over 7 days. Do you not realize that it was a whole sac this big that within a couple hours came out of me? So my cervix had to efface and dilate. It didn't happen over 7 days or however long your so
4 hours.
But worse than this. Worse than this. So I had a therapist. I don't really go to her anymore, not naming names, but as everyone know, I went to the psych ward postpartum, right?
What? So you did?
Everyone knows that. So I was kind of telling her, talking about my hormones, and I was having hormone issues, and I was off birth control, and how I was scared of getting pregnant, not because of Leo, not because I didn't want to go through postpartum and attempt it in my life again.
Right.
And so I don't want to have another child. Like, that's out of the picture.
Yep.
And then she's like, oh, well, there's something new. It's like, oh. And then she goes, yeah. There's something that's not an abortion. You take pills and it just disappears. I was like, I was like, okay, tell me about it. And she goes, oh, she starts Googling. It's mifepristone and misoprostol. You just take them and it's not an abortion. It's not an abortion. And I was like, and I let her explain her reasoning of what and why she thought it just made the pregnancy magically disappear. And
Poof, it's
I am
gone.
just like listening, like, I was like, okay.
Was she right out of med school? Like, was she first day on the job out of med school?
She's a therapist.
But like, did she miss that day? I'm just asking.
She's a therapist. She didn't go to med school.
But I mean, like,
I don't even know why she even brought that up. She's not a doctor. She's a
well, that's what I was
counselor.
saying. So she missed all the days in med school then. Like, oh.
Yes, like she. Anyway, I don't even know why she even. And I'm just sitting there. I'm letting her talk because I know exactly where she's going with this. And
I
I'm
love
like,
to see people make asses
so-
out of themselves.
so then I'm like, she's done talking. I'm like, okay. I was like, let me educate you.
Hold my beer.
I was like, literally, let me educate you. I said, and then I went to the whole story of my miscarriage and all. And she was like, oh my God, really? I was like, yeah. How many people did you tell this to?
Yeah, really.
Like, how many people did you say that they can take these 2 pills and it, poof, magic? Like, first of all, anything to accept. Plan B is different because if it prevents the 2 from connecting.
Right. It's not.
Right. There's nothing formed at all.
There's no.
If
fetus.
something's formed, plan B doesn't work. So
Right.
to me, that is not an abortion. Anything
No.
after it's formed is an abortion.
I agree.
It doesn't matter. Take it however you want. But for her to be like, this is not an abortion and explaining it to me, and I'm like, where are you getting this from and giving this misinformation? Can you imagine if I didn't go through that and I thought, and then I went through that without, no,
Wow.
be careful what you, like, do your research. Holy
Don't
crap.
talk about shit you don't know about.
If you're not a medical professional, don't talk about medical professional
Holy.
procedure that are big like this. So that was, yeah, I literally, I think I made her look a bit dumb. I really like her, but then that kind of like, wow.
Here's the thing. In regards to miscarriages, among many other issues, I feel healthcare professionals are not educated enough on it. Don't get me wrong. You go through what to do in class and, you do your thing, but you don't, again, unless you've experienced it, you can't. Healthcare, okay.
Just say it.
Healthcare professionals, a lot of the time, go into their jobs very young, very green. I was young as a medic. I was very green as a medic. However, you experience things as you go on in your career and whatnot. So I can tell you right now that 97% of the healthcare professionals you encountered from start to finish had either experienced it or knew someone who did, or in their career have gone through this.
Literally.
So for them to, and I get why you were alone. I get it. But this healthcare professional's working there. She can sit with you for 5 fucking minutes. There's no education. There's no compassion. Empathy is gone. The world is dust.
I feel like
That's all I
everyone
got.
kind of in this, not everyone, but a lot of them failed me because
Yeah, you were
like
failed right from the start.
even the ultrasound tech. I think she's so used to seeing that she was like, I'm sorry, go to the waiting room now.
And that's
And
the
I'm
sad
just
thing.
like-
You get jaded. I get it.
Yes,
You do.
and it's called, like I said, compassion fatigue, but it's like something needs to be done about that compassion fatigue because it's horrible. I've experienced it in different situations, and I'm just like,
And the sad thing is that like I don't even know, like I can't even sit here and come up with a solution for that, because in all honesty, the way I saw it, like, I loved my job.
Yeah.
I did. I was excited to go to work. I loved it till I didn't. But here's the thing. It did not matter if I went to work tired, hungry, whatever. Every person that I encountered on a 911 call got the most of me. They got all my love, all my compassion. I could have hated everyone in the whole world, but if that person called 911 for chest pain, I was devoted to them.
Yes.
There was compassion. It's in there. Find it and give it to the patients.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say about that.
And thank God for my nurse practitioner, and I adore her, and I will
Yeah.
always pray, because even when I called her and she was like, I literally don't know, and I could feel in her, like she's like, let me make some call, and she calls like
I'll
the
fix
social
it.
worker
I'll
at
fix
the
it.
hospital, get her to call, like she's the one who put all that in motion.
Yeah.
And that social worker too was super, super helpful. So like, again, not everyone, but a lot of
No.
them, you know, failed, but that's,
And I hate that for you, because I will defend my healthcare workers. I love my nurses
Yes.
and my doctors and my medics and my firefighters and my cops. I love all of you. But you're also human, you know, and I feel like a lot of them, when they put the uniform on, they forget that.
I think it's almost like a protective mechanism.
It's a
dissociated.
definite, it's a defense mechanism, and I've done it. I do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, you know enough that these people need you.
Because this might be your 1,000th time, but this is my first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which I get both sides, but like, yeah.
If you could give advice to someone going through, experiencing this, a miscarriage right now, what would you tell them?
So if you're experiencing one now or recently, the first what helped, I actually forgot to mention this. I joined some private Facebook group about miscarriage moms, okay? Mothers who have just experienced at the same time as I did. The community there was amazing. You could share pictures of your baby and people would be like, that's a beautiful baby. The rage that we were feeling. I went out public today and I saw a pregnant woman and I started crying. We were all like, oh my God, I get it.
Yeah.
Or like we were angry together. We were crying together.
Mhm.
We were grieving, and everything I experienced and I told you today, every single one of them experienced them too. Like going in public, seeing a pregnant woman or seeing a newborn baby or hearing that their sister-in-law's pregnant so like everyone knew exactly, and they were experiencing it at the same time as I did, so I could comment on them and be like, I know exactly how that feels. That was like the biggest support that I could have. And I'm still in these groups, actually. I don't see much posts of it, but I was active on it so much, and it's just the community there, and it's a private group too, so like
Not
the world wouldn't
random
see.
can come in.
Right. They were so supportive. Like,
and that's really good, because in all honesty, like, I know everyone bashes like social media and stuff, but
no, yeah.
these private groups, in regards to grieving and loss, I find like they are very helpful.
Yes.
Because they've experienced, if they haven't experienced like they've experienced some part of what you're going through.
Well, this was a miscarriage loss group.
But yeah,
every single woman in there experienced a loss.
Yeah. But
whether it was now or years later, but
that's what I'm saying,
the most active one were the ones who just experienced one. So like we were grieving at the same time. We were.
God, I'm sweating for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's just, it's all.
That is my biggest advice. And also call your funeral home. If you lose your baby, because sometimes it's instant, right? You go to the toilet and then you're like, oh my God, I just miscarried, right? Because not every miscarriage is like me that you can plan ahead. Sometimes it happens. If it does and you don't want to flush your baby, or if it falls in your pants, I would probably tell you to keep it, put it in a container, and depending if it's night or I don't even know if I would freeze it, but funeral home, do they answer at night? They must, because
you think I would know that because my dad used to be a coroner.
No, but they have to, because like what
they
if there's
do.
A call?
I think
like,
there's on call. There's one.
To be.
They do.
There has to be.
I can promise you that there is, because
yes,
speaking from someone who worked night shifts, and my dad was a coroner. When we had DOAs or cardiac arrests at night, there's a funeral home that's on call. It's like a doctor on call.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm dumb sometimes.
No, I even asked it, and I'm like, yeah, there has to be.
Right.
People die at any time of the day, right?
Can't die between midnight and 7.
So call your funeral home. You'll be anywhere, like any area. Just try. And there's always more than one. And most likely, if they don't do it for free, like they did me, they may charge you. But like I said, the earn is like $60. Cremation, I mean, they're gonna put the person paying for your cremation is whoever's family's body
Right.
is in there, because they're
Thank
gonna use
you.
a little, you know,
Well, and
a
that's the thing.
divider, and they just put you in a little corner in the
Yeah.
report. So like, but if you have to pay, it's worth it. I would have paid. I would have paid $1,000, not a million, 1,000. You know,
$1 billion.
1 billion. I would have paid. I don't even care. Like,
yeah.
it was just like the support I felt there was like even more, because I was like, wow, like and it might be a business opportunity for them in the sense, because if I got that great experience when someone goes, I'm gonna be like, no, it's true. It's true. Like, I thought about it. I was like, why are they doing it for free?
Repeat customer.
No, but that's just it's true, because I was like, why are they doing it for free? And I'm like, it's because when it's time for one of my members to go, I'm gonna go there because they treated me right.
My morbid humor in my brain just did a freaking like sign, like,
Doesn't it make sense?
It
though?
does.
But at the same time, listen, it helped me when I needed it. But that's the thing. They know I'm gonna go to them because
And
that's how they probably see it as business. It's a repeat.
I mean, get it where you can, right? Gotta make money.
It is, but yeah, they have to. It's a business. It is a business.
Yeah.
You have to be compassionate, because bodies are they still have rights. You got to treat them with respect and dignity. But yeah, it is in a sense for them a business opportunity. Because if I had a great experience for this, which doesn't cost them much, but
no,
when I have a full body of someone that I'm responsible
a
for,
whole ass body,
then it's going to be a lot of fun for them.
I would just like to maybe add on to that answer.
Yeah.
Advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of what you had said about, you know, like if you had known, you would have thought more.
Yeah.
This is a very horrible experience for you, and you're in a very traumatic part of your life right now. And and I don't mean to sound like they're doing this maliciously, because I can promise you they're not, but it's almost like they know this, the healthcare professionals. So they're like, okay, well, she's grieving. So I'm just going to tell her to go sit down. She's just gonna be like, okay, you know what I mean? And I know it's a traumatic experience and you're going through a lot, but no one else is going to advocate for you. And I experienced that in too many situations, until I finally stood up and was like, fuck this. No one's going to stand up for me. So if you feel like something is wrong, go get checked out. I almost lost because of me
Doubting yourself.
being that mom, that medic that was like, we don't go to the hospital unless we're dying. Well, anyway, so advocate for yourselves. Demand to be seen.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I don't demand it.
Yep.
Demand it, because it's your body, your health, your baby. You know when you don't feel right or something's off. They don't. So no one else is going to stand up for you. And I hate to say that, but it's true. So you need to advocate for yourself and stand up for yourself and your baby.
And if you have people in your life who are not supportive or criticizing or being toxic positive, like get rid of them.
You don't need
that. And funny enough, not really funny, but sometimes it's the actual spouse. I've seen a lot of posts in that group that I talked to you about where the men are like,
yeah.
And that's another quick thing. When you were asking me about how it affected me long term, I was always pro-choice. Okay,
Me too.
I was always pro-choice.
Me too.
After seeing and losing my baby, that was 7 weeks, 5 days. When I see people arguing on the internet about it's a clump of cell, come at me.
Yeah.
It is not a clump of cells.
It's not.
Okay? It is not. I don't care what.
Okay.
How do I say this? It is not if someone has the guts to tell that in front of my face, I'm going to punch you.
I'm telling you.
Jen's going to punch you for me.
Yeah, I'll punch you. I'm in a mood. Punch me, or I'll punch you.
Well,
don't punch me.
Actually, you have to.
You have to punch me first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit her once. You get one. She always says it. You have one shot.
One
okay.
shot.
One shot.
Make it good.
But get it good.
Because I'm
you won't
coming for you.
Yeah. but no, so like, don't be mindful about what you say.
Yeah.
When you call that a clump of cell, do you not think about all the moms and dad who've miscarried a baby?
Right.
You're calling it a clump of cell.
Yeah.
It's just like cancer, and it's just like no, it's a human.
And that's the thing. Here, okay. If they want to call it a clump of cells, that's on them. Cool. Don't do it in public, first of all.
They do all the time.
And don't do it to the parent, because I
Yeah.
don't care if that, and I'm not saying that yours was, because I know he wasn't, but if you miscarry to like early enough that it legit isn't starting to form, I'm real technical, that's still a child.
Yeah, it is. Yes, thank you.
Like, it's still your child. To the outsider, cool. That's what you want to think. Fuck you, go away.
The moment conception happens, this is the human.
I'm
life,
telling you.
Okay, it's you'll all like, if you know you're pregnant. If you don't know that, that's one thing. But if you pee and it's positive,
You're a mom.
you're a mom.
Congratulations, you're a mom.
You're a
Like,
mom. You're a mom. Like, and that year that I miscarried, Mother's Day came around. It's in May, is it? In May? My dad came home and brought me flowers.
Oh,
And I wasn't even pregnant with Leo.
but you're still a mom.
And I started crying, and my dad was like, no, I didn't.
Got the phone.
And he's like, I didn't mean to make you cry. But I was like, no, but like, I appreciate like he brought me flowers because he brought it for my mom, and then
Well,
he
yeah.
came to my house and he dropped me flowers too. And I was like,
Oh, your dad is sweet.
oh, I have the
Love
best parents. Like, that's, well, I'm biased my parents, but that was, I will always remember that. Like, he didn't mean to make me cry. He's like, oh, here you go for Mother's Day, because you're still a mom. And I just started
Yes,
bawling.
Absolutely.
And he's like, no. What should I do?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys have any question like about miscarriage, I and Jen are willing to answer you. Like, honestly, like, I'm sure I forgot some stuff. Like, this is a longer episode. Sorry.
Not
But
sorry.
I finally thought that maybe I should tell one of my many traumas, and this is one of that was really big, and it's still, like, again, I still cry. I was like, I might not cry, but I
God.
still did. But
She told me I'd be mad, and I'm mad.
yeah, I did tell you you'd be mad, but just be a decent human.
But yeah,
Just be a good human.
if you are experiencing this or have recently experienced this, first of all, I'm terribly sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
If you feel alone, please reach out. We will listen.
Yes.
I am not a medical doctor. I cannot give you medical advice, but I will have the biggest shoulder for you to cry in, and my ears will always be open to listen.
Yeah. We will definitely.
Because it's not easy.
We'll cry with you. We'll scream with you. We'll laugh with you.
I'll punch a wall for you.
Yeah. We'll
I'll do it.
yeah.
I
We'll
just-
throw mugs and rocks and.
I get what it's like to feel alone in situations like this, especially this actual situation, not yours,
Mhm.
but mine. And it's a scary situation to be alone in. And it's not something I would ever wish on, well, like you, I would never wish that experience on my worst enemy, because
No.
it's in every shape, way, and form traumatizing.
Yep.
But Steph, first things first, god damn, girl. Thank
a
you.
lot. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And I'm so sorry.
I'm
But
sorry for you too, because I knew it would bring you, like, your past miscarriages as well, but
just know
I
that
need to talk about it. We need to start
it needs to-
opening up.
yeah.
That's why we did this channel, was to talk about things that people don't want to talk about and make it
But-
normal.
Yes.
Normalize grieving, normalize mental health,
Normalize
struggles.
life, because these are all
Yes.
normal parts of life. Like,
Yes.
we're not perfect people.
No,
Social media is fake.
was
People
just about to say
post
that.
pictures of like happy camping,
no
where
one's
in the
gonna-
background people pulling hair out. Like,
No one's gonna post, I had a shitty date, or everyone posts like, oh, my kid's happy, but then you don't see the behind the scene of them having a fit or something, you know?
he's only happy because I gave him $10 in Robux and sent him on his way.
Facts. But that's why we did this channel, and I wanted to just be vulnerable as my first my first story, and I will share more, and Jen will probably share more of hers too, and in between
Yeah.
other guests. But
I have a
yeah.
question for you. I know you've already been, but this is Grippy Sock Talk. So, if you had to be in the psych ward with anyone, one person, dead or alive, real or fake, who would it be and why?
Okay, my first thought was Steven, because I love him and blah blah blah. But I was like, who was going to be there for Leo?
Blah, blah, blah.
Everyone knows I love Steven. Okay. But I was like, no, because someone needs to be there for Leo.
I mean, Avi.
But then I was like, you, but I'm scared. And I was like, you know what? Zon. I was like, Zon's there. I was like, you know what?
He's got him.
So Jen's coming with me.
Yes.
I did think like, I was like, how he's gonna take it, but I was like,
He'll be fine.
John got him.
Got him. I'll just tell
Mom
him,
just got him,
this mom just needs a break.
and I don't like, you guys don't even know how like an amazing person Jen is. Okay,
Oh.
and
Well,
don't cry, but cry. Jen is such an amazing friend. Don't be stupid, because she will punch him. Okay, she
I
will.
defend my people.
Okay, around, find out with her. But if you're lucky enough to be one of her people, you have a friend for life. You have a soulmate for life. Like, soulmate can be friends, but like, to me, you are like one of my soulmates.
Mine
You can have different
Absolutely. I love
and like anyone who has a chance to have you in your life are lucky.
Like-
But if you're in her bad corner,
Yeah, right.
watch your back.
I'm not a mean person. I'm just mean when you cross the people I love.
Or if you walk in front of your car.
Or if you walk in front of my car and then question why I'm driving on a green light. I'm just saying. That's seriously happened.
That you're not gonna hear that story.
No, but people are dumb.
Don't be dumb, okay, and you'll be fine. But yeah, that was it was a great episode. Thanks for
Yeah.
listening and grieving again with me, because
We'll
when we
grieve
talk
with you all
about
the
it,
days.
yeah.
But thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And please like and subscribe our channel and share it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.